Happy Friday, everybody. This is Robert, and this video is going to be about something in dating. Again, about the type of person that you know I would be interested in, and potentially other people. So I guess this is more or less about a, a specific type of deal breaker that being in the modern dating world, this doesn't seem like it would be something that people communicate as important in terms of a deal breaker. You don't ever hear of anything like this the way that I'm going to communicate it. Maybe it is communicated, but in a different way from men and women. So this isn't just like a gender-specific type deal breaker. I think this can apply for both men and women. It's something that I'm going to communicate about in terms of what I would looking for and attracted in a potential partner. It doesn't absolutely have to be anybody else's, but if people can relate to what I'm saying and find value in it, excellent. If not, you have your own deal breakers and things that you find attractive and important, and I absolutely respect them. So this video is about essentially more or less the word okay. And that word I'm going to integrate into like what my deal breakers are. And I think it holds a lot of merit and is very important with when you're about to date somebody and knowing about them, and that word I'll integrate a little bit more. So, I have my own faults. I have things that are not attractive about me. Traits, behaviors, maybe some of the past things that I've done are unattractive. And I think it's safe to say everybody, men and women, have things about them that contribute to them maybe not being as attractive as they could be as a human being. So, example, like if we're in terms of mental illness, a person struggles from depression. That's not necessarily unattractive, but maybe the person doesn't go to therapy. Maybe the person just kind of isolates. Maybe this person has unhealthy habits that contribute to making the depression worse and contribute to them going into more intensive type care more often or not. So the person essentially, if that's happening, the person is more or less okay with being depressed. So meaning that they're okay with it. They're tolerating the depression. They're really not interested in doing anything to change that. So, and that's what I'm talking about. And I'll translate that in other ways with people as to being okay. Okay is a very important word in dating. I've come to learn more recently because it tells you everything you need to know about the person before knowing everything about the person. So, say I'm a person that's been cheated on. Okay, it's not a bad thing that I've been cheated on, but if I'm okay after being cheated with being cheated on, that's a major problem. So this word okay kind of tells you everything about the person. Maybe you could pick up on red flags and stuff like that. So maybe a person drinks alcohol or does drugs, but they're okay with being addicted. Now, okay implies that you're allowing bad things to happen in your life, so you're tolerating them. And because if you're not okay with being depressed or being an alcoholic, that's a good, that's a positive, attractive trait. It's all about okay. So, I I've been in an abusive relationship. I've been taken advantage of. I've been cheated. I've been physically abused. Been verbally abused. Fine, but okay, the next three relationships, the same things happened to me. So I'm okay with that stuff happening. And being okay is not okay. It's unattractive. It's like if you're okay with your life sucking, that's a problem. I'm not okay with my life is not perfect. There's a lot of things that I'm not happy about myself, but no part of me is okay with any of that. I am working on improving those things. I know that I'm not perfect and I'm never going to get to be this perfectly wonderful human being that everything in the world goes right and everything like that. But I'm definitely not okay with where I'm at. I'm actively working on improving my life little by little. And sometimes, I'm not able to work on it as much as I can. Sometimes it doesn't go the way that I am. But I don't think there's ever a time in my life, especially now in my present life, that I'll be okay with my life sucking or not being the way that I want it to. So this word okay, you don't necessarily have to hear it, but when you're talking to the people as you're going through the dating period, you can evaluate whether they're okay with unhealthy things happening or bad habits. They're okay. If they're not okay, the way that they communicate is different than if they are okay. That's myself included. When I go out and when I do go in the future on a date, the person is going to be able to understand that maybe there's bad things happening about my life or things, but I'm not okay with them. I'm working on improving them. So, that's what this video is about. I think it's an important evaluator with people, especially now we live with a lot of people that have been through very bad things in their lives. And that's not anything wrong with that. But, when you're okay for that thing to continue, and it can, if you don't take control and work on improving things and doing the necessary painful things sometimes, then nothing ever changes and your life remains horribly the same. So more importantly than the person having all these things happen, it's important to know, as I've said multiple times, whether they're okay with that. So, that's the end of this video. If you disagree, cool. It doesn't mean, just because I'm saying things and I'm very committed to and compelled in what I'm saying, doesn't mean I'm necessarily is right or works for you. Everybody is different, and I respect that. But if it's something that you can relate to and agree and empower or helps you, awesome. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. See ya.